Hello my friends, let's continue to working with machine learning and trading. So we're going to continue to solve trading problem, and we do complex strategy step by step, and I show you some research. This is some simplest way how we could develop some trading ideas. So in this way we use the machine learning with linear regression. It's a very simple model, but the most important it is to find a way to solve trading problem. So let's do it. I did some improvements. First, we should use more data. So we downloaded data for the last 180 days. It would be 5 minutes time series, and for the stickers, and we need to test these ideas. And remember, when we used the last 50 days we built some profitable ideas, but we need to check it for another data frame for more period, because we need to find some ideas, and next we need to scale these ideas on another tickers and more data to deep more research, to make more research. Okay, so we downloaded data. I did some improvement. Where is it's here where we calculate target. So I replace part of this code, because sometimes happen some bug from data science on Binance. Okay, next we create our base model. For example, in this case we use the polynomial feature and find that the best model would be with degree 5. Okay, this one, you see, is the smallest error when we used 5 degree. Okay, also I did a tuning linear regression, but it was not good model. This model is better. Okay, we create our polynomial feature model, and let's look on the next one. What is, okay, we created our data set. Would be data set for trend strategy. We calculate our sigma, and we define signal for trend strategy, and it would be some ideas. We solve 2 problems using machine learning. We predict data and do some generalization of data set. Okay, and using the signal we could develop some trading ideas. So we built this trading ideas using generalization effect when we are going to trade in this channel. So you see we could generate profit on trend data. Also we used predict data to define direction of trend and try to trade using this data, and we see we have also profitable idea. But on test data could be different, because it's very hard to overfit a linear regression model. When you use, for example, a deep learning model, you could, or reinforced learning algorithm, you could overfit, and your neural network just remember all data and create some good results for trained data, but you have some bad results on test data. So let's look on the test data and let's see what happens. This is our channel. I used all constant model from trained data, for example, like sigma. And let's look on. So you see we have some results. It looks not fine, but it looks like profitable, but not fine. If we are going to trade in test data, because I used sigma for build linear regressional channel, and you see this channel is very big, and we need smallest channel, because market is changed, volatility is changed, and we also take attention on this one. Okay, but when we used data for prediction, but also it's not working fine for big data set. Okay, but let's do some improvement. It would be some time split problem. We should split our data set correctly. It means we should avoid some overfitting problem, and to solve this problem we're going to use some class of sklearn libraries. This is time series split, and we are going to create a new function. It would be this backtest strategy. It means I do this one some standardization of the data, calculate some polynomial feature, calculate signal for this feature, and next we need to make some split. And using this class we could use some cross validation object, and splits indicate like 10, for example. It means we split this data set, big data set, for the last 180 days on 10 part, and we're going to use only test data for this one. Okay, it would be some new loop. This is a new part of code, and you could explore it. And for example, we define some parameters. This is a window when we're going to create a channel using the linear regression. Also, we're going to use the best degree. It is parameters for a polynomial feature, and we're going to use a time split. Next, we define some dictionary. It would be empty dictionary, like results, and we're going to store some results in this object. So, and you see we loop train, index, and test index in our data frame. Our data frame, it means all this data set what we create here with our target variable. Okay, and next we're going to create these indexes, and we indicate we take pandas data frame, indicate ilog. It means we're going to use to train index from this split object, and we create indexes for train and test. Next we do some scalar of data, and we use some feature. We do standardization, we do polynomial feature, and this data we apply this action we apply for only for trained data. Next we're going to create our model, and you see this model linear regressional, and we're going to feed this model, and we calculate some RMSI and R square for estimate our machine learning. Next we create our two data set. It would be test strategy and train strategy, because we need to represent our data frame on different format. Let's look and I'll show you like this one. You see, this is another format. It's a simple format for pandas data frame when we have open hello close volume feature, and target would be the next time lag. You see, for example, we're going to predict what happens in the next step. Okay, and when we do it, we split okay, this one. Let's look in, and this is a backtest strategy. Returns what is returns? Returns time series object, and we store this time series object into our dictionary using results, and we indicate some data indexes for name of these columns. And let's do it together. It takes some time because pandas data frame is about 300,000 rows. Okay, and you see this is the first value. It means profit for the first strategy, profits for another strategy. This R square of linear regression, and this one RMSI is an error. And what interesting for this one, we need to, you see we have 10 we run 10 times our strategy in test data, and we have only two, it would be two loss period. Okay, let's wait. It means 30%, it means 40% cumulative returns on the end period for trading. Yeah, and you see we have 10 period when we test the strategy on test data, because I used the test strategy. I used data from test data. Yeah, and sometimes we generate good profit like 30% profit, sometimes we generate small profit like 5% and 1%, this one 7%, 10%, 10%, maybe 11%. This is some loss period, and sometimes very good profit like 15 and 14%. And the last period was not profitable for us. Let's plot these results. What we need to do, we need to convert these results into pandas data frame, and we need to indicate plot this data from these results, and indicate fixed size for make this picture, and indicate that the legend false, because if you indicate legend true, it would be not readable to understand these charts. You see. Okay, let's use the false. What does it mean? It means we have in general we have some profitable strategy, but maybe strategy it's not working very well for us, because this one we have some profitable period, this one we have some not good period to make profit, this one we have a good period for make profit, next we generate small, lost some money and take only 1% of profit, next we have some drawdown, next also we have some drawdown, and this one we have some profitable period, it's not profitable, profitable and not profitable. So in general, in 80% of time we generate profit, only on 20% of time we lost money. But balance line it's not good, and sometimes strategy all quantitative trading strategy not working, sometimes it's not working, because when we find some relationship on the market, and if this relationship exists, we should generate profit from this one, because for example I got some on my mail very interesting article about why hasn't mathematical model to beat the stock market being found. It means when I read the strategy, when I read this article, I understand that we have some problems on quantitative trading strategy. For example, sometimes all the strategy working, sometimes it's not working, and when it's working we should generate profit. It's on this moment we any company, any firms, trading hedge fund hasn't any strategy what would be working all time. It's very important to understand, and this is some hard work to make research all time. You do research 10%, 90% of day you find some relationship, you analyze your strategy, and you looking for some new way how to generate profit from the market. But also what I saw, for example, some relationship exists, but after, for example, 3 months, they also exist this relationship. For example, let's look on the smallest relationship. Let's look at platform maybe. Yeah. For example, where is advanced green search statistical? Yeah. For example, when I used momentum strategy, and you see like this one, we could find some relationship from the data. Let's look at the sequences with 1. I made a multiply video about some sequences with 1 bars, and sometimes this relationship exists, but sometimes when market is changed, you see volatility is changed, and this strategy is not profitable. But if it takes more times, for example, we have some reverse relationship on the data, because we need to offer this. So we generate some profit, but this on this place something is changed, state of markets changed, and we should adapt our algorithm to this situation. Maybe we should use, for example, money management, and used also, for example, we generate some data from strategy or another model. It could be like meta data, and we use this meta data to correct, to make this data to improve our accuracy using another machine learning strategy. I mean, for example, let's explain you. For example, we should store this data. This is accuracy of our strategy. It means profitable from one strategy. This is accuracy of our model, and this is some RMSI, and we should store this data. Next, we could analyze all this data to identify it would be a profitable place of time when we are going to trade or not, and it could be improve some results. And let's do it in next time. We're going to solve trading problem step by step. And if you like this video, subscribe on my YouTube channel, and see you later.